So I'm happy to introduce B. Rongrong. It is on, yes? You okay. So B. Rongrong is an artist based in Shanghai. She received her master's degree in Chinese traditional landscape painting from Sichuan University in 2008. And this study was followed by a Master of Fine Arts at the Moore Institute in Groningen, Netherlands. And through drawing, painting, traditional weaving, machine knitting, animation, and spatial installations, she searches for new methods to create new connections between diverse materials, textures, and cultural patterns. So she will show us these connections between so many worlds.
Please, yeah, sorry. So these are some little collages. Okay. So these are a bit far away from the. You know, around all the full day. No, no problem. Thank you very much for waiting. And yeah, I'm Rongrong from Shanghai. During this residency, at the very beginning, I I arrived here immediately with the weather because I'm from Shanghai, the south, and here's the north with mountains. I immediately feel the difference of the south and north, and that's the first impression. Then I talked with Martin Liu-Todt. He talked about the history of St. Gallen, how here started with linen plant, and then how the fabric textile industrial here it was. So then that was the second impression in my mind. And the third thing is when I visited so many factories here, and there were so many stories about the trading in between Switzerland or Europe to Africa, like Nigeria. So these stories really aroused my curiosity, and the whole story started from this. And I will firstly play a video, which I how to play it.
In St. Gallen, in the north of Switzerland, they are above 800 meters above sea level, and they were try to grow linen, but the linen was only growing like 40 centimeters instead of 80. But they found out that the small string of the linen, it's much finer than the big one.
To lace is to connect something, a border threads, yeah, according to this pattern, ribbons, and then with the needle we stitched in between.
So Pino Michelangelo was the first who did for himself a small kind of a lace. It was a piece of linen. He made some hole into the linen and was stitching around the holes was a kind of first looking lace.
Und dann einfach nochmal durchnähen, die 1,5 Zentimeter oder 2 Zentimeter bitte weg.
So now my
I start. So this is the process I have experienced here, and then I started with two groups of works. One is I'm presenting here. Martina, we can wait a bit. Not ready. And sorry. And one group is the combination of metal and textile, and the other group is three large textile collage. So I give them actually three titles. They are all interweaving together. One is the North, the South, the skin jewelry. The reason why I have this skin jewelry title, because when I was chatting with Sylvan, who the boss of Field Text, and they did lots of trading to the middle of Europe and like Nigeria, and then he offered me a book about African lace, because I was thinking why African people is so interested in the lace instead of Chinese. We are not. I think lace was not a part of our culture, and then with this book, I think I understand lace deeper, and also talking with Luba about lace. So I think then I have the whole feeling, the touching feeling of lace, because like in Africa, for example, also Nigerian people. So I can take Nigerian as an example. Um, they cut their skin, the scratch on the skin, actually open it, and then we'll have this kind of surface be healed by some herb, and which is you have special texture. So they thought this painful is how you get the beauty. And then like they cut the on their leg, so with kind of smooth line, it's like the end of the fabric, the fringe. So then it brings beauty. So for them, it's this form is one of the most important jewelry in the so they can show it according to their social level, like which position you are. Also, to combine with lace with their skin is very important, because then they bring it to all kinds of life circle. For example, birth, death, and marriage, these kind of things. And then I suddenly have a special feeling of lace. Before, I think for me, it's more only the beauty. So now, when I was wandering in the Boisner, I found a metal panel for etching. These panels are for etching. And then I thought I want to cut it, because that's how it can be really strong feeling of cut, and also the negative space on positive space of metal and negative space for the weaving, combining with textile. It's also on the like why African people also interested in lace, because lace has this negative and positive space. I also talked with Luba about this, and so that's why I start with this group of work. They are on the process, still on the process. So like the north and the south, I'm trying to weave with some the end of fabric, and then this trying to weave with lace, and then like the cotton. So it's we're combining with embroidery, and this is the skin. I think this one is not finished yet. It's with the cow leather. I'm trying to stitch together, and so I can. This is lace. So I have actually different seams on these skin, lace, cotton, linen, and lace. And here you can see these two characters. Actually, I embroidered at the Sauer Museum. Rudy, they helped me, and with these only two characters, they used the oldest machine for embroidery, 1900, and then it took them 3 afternoons to do only two characters, and then this one is you can see the actually I used the backside of the embroidery because at the beginning I only want to do the cotton yarn because this panel is the seam is cotton, but then on the back side I found the open air on it, which is very interesting. So I use the back side, and this one is I show how I take the pattern which is from this African textile book. So I often try to use the previous old patterns and then bring them into new meanings. And also, technically, I use today's technology to realize it. And so that was that group of work, and here I start with three large textile works, working with different companies, and actually I bring lots of I use the Martin Schlegel Studios archive rooms screens, and then they are all in the past, maybe from 60s to today, like lots of screens which print for African market, textile markets, and then so I choose one slides or two slides of screen from one group, and then to overlap different series together in my fabric, and then also use lots of fabrics from Tisca and embroidered over it. You will see then this one. So Martina and Josie will show you the fabric. Yeah, I think I let my work to talk to you instead of me. Yes, these are the prints, and on the embroidery letters you saw on the slides. Thank you. And I have another two. We turn off the light for 1 second. And on these textile works, I also put some patterns I traced from traditional African pattern. And then firstly, I embroidery on the surface, and then I use the same pattern to laser cut on the fabric to bring different layers.
I see. Oh, I'll show you the textile. So this one, there's no textile in the front side here. The front. Yes.
So I'm more than 10 minutes. So the last one, um, there's a beautiful poem on it, which is from Dogong area, and the hunter song. So I will show you the poem. So Julia was holding for me to take picture, but it was very windy, and so hard to get a very. Where's the poem? So later I will put the poem on the table. I lost the poem. So the on the poem it says the genies. Can you say in German? Yeah. He cough and then 80 threads come out from the teeth gap, and then his up teeth and lower teeth start to chew, and then more and more threads coming out, and then they weave together, and then he also start to talk. So then gradually these threads become a piece of fabric, and so that's how Dogon people understand the fabric as language. So this um, this I printed in Martin's studio with puff. So brings a new texture as well. So this pattern I embroidery with old African pattern as well on Tisca's weaving fabric. So for me, all kinds of technique can really add more texture to them, and then also the prints the same. So I'm trying to also bring more new language to the textile. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is the poem of the from the world. Thank you so much. I think I take more than 10 minutes.
Maybe we have 3-4 minutes
Yes.
to dive into your work. I really find it so fascinating.
Thank you so much.
Because it really shows also the relation between textile and text, which we have, of course, text language and textile. It's the same origin, the same root, and it's also interesting because you show by finding out about this trading, you brought together the material culture and other rituals, the body jewelry you mentioned. So it's like another level of connection. And the same thing happens by your different techniques. So maybe you can talk a bit about the hand, the way you work with the hand, for example, the sewing by hand, but also you use a lot of technological techniques. So you have really it's all about connections between materials, between meanings, and between this making. Can you say about the difference of the hand and the machine working?
Because my background was drawing, so of course I start lots of things with a hand work, and then for me machine, um, because the reason I add more and more machine work, because when I do the hand work on the textile, actually for me textile is really also on screen I work a lot, and then when they weave, it brings lots of pixel language. It's a language from the screen, and then this language really can easily transform to the machine work. So for me, this transformation can be really playful, whatever, no matter it's a hand or it's a machine. So everything is about transformation. I think this transformation also brought the possibility of different cultural and different technique together.
Mm-hmm. And this is a way of working you did also in your previous work,
Mm-hmm.
to combine different materials, techniques, and languages.
Yes.
Or cultural backgrounds. You also
Yes.
said that you were collecting patterns.
Mm-hmm.
So the ornament becomes also a symbol for a cultural identity. So it's all about storytelling. So text.
Mm-hmm.
And textile is also the storytelling of textiles.
Yes, in my past study in Holland, and also during other residencies, when I travel, I try to I look at the patterns from architectures a lot. Also, then in the museums like Pergamon Museum, they have ancient patterns from on the architecture. Then gradually, I found actually lots of patterns. They are totally connected. Whatever they are coming from, like for example this cross we saw a lot. I called four pattern leaf, and this four pattern leaf I found it's already in new Stone Age period in China already, and also in river area they are also existed, and then that's how people understand the nature. So they I think pattern is a language can really has transformed really quickly through the border, through different color of skin, and then it's much quicker than the text. So for me, a pattern is also a text. Then when I bring them all together into my work, and I try to communicate with material, because for me all the collections from different cultural, different space, time, they are kind of also for me. It's the communication. So I imagine how people communicate, how space and time and this communication happens. So this imagination I put in my work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really fascinating how you cross the time and borders. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
This really rich stories. Thank you.
Thank you.